Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Kodama Woodworks. Today we're making another Harry Potter wand. Now, I know, it's another Harry Potter wand and that's boring and you guys don't want to see that. But this one's going to be completely different, I swear. So first of all, the Pottermore facts. This one's going to be 10 inches long, made of red oak, slightly yielding with a unicorn hair core. So, to do this, we're not going to be using the lathe at all. It's all going to be freeform shape on my spindle sander, which is my absolute favorite tool to use in the shop. Second, even though it's going to be made of red oak, it was asked that it be bone white. So to do this, we're going to be using a mixture of sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide. It's a technique I've never actually done before, I've only ever read about it, and I'm really excited to actually learn how it's done. Third, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a lot of turquoise inlay, which is a technique that's really not as hard as it sounds, and it looked really impressive in the end. The actual description for this wand was, I picked up a stick, I sanded it down, and there was turquoise in the handle. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take a stick, we're going to sand it down, and put turquoise in the handle. Let's do it.
Last night I dreamed you were back again, larger than life again, holding me tight again, placing those same kisses on my brow. Sweeter than ever now, Lord, I remember how you couldn't get enough of kissing. Well, do you know how much you're missing? No, you don't, but I do. The days like a slow train trickle by, and even the words that I write refuse to fly. All I can hear is your song haunting me. I can't get the melody out of my head.
Alright, so I just finished carving the lines where I'm going to put my turquoise inlay. They're about 1/16 of an inch deep, and I just did it with my little chip carving knife right here. It doesn't really matter how nice the bottoms of the lines look, as long as the outside of them are nice and crisp, because they're going to get filled with turquoise anyway. Alright, so now for the part that I've never tried before. I went down to Woodcraft and I picked up some Zinsner wood bleach. It comes in a two-part system of sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to soak the wood in the sodium hydroxide for about 10 minutes, and that'll allow all the tannins in the oak to actually react, and it'll turn the wood pretty much black. And then when you add the hydrogen peroxide, it'll react again and bleach the wood.
Never meant to push or shove you. Well, do you know how much I love you? No, you don't, but I do. Well, I swore I'd never fall like this again. But fools like me never win. I came to my knees.
Look at that, it's getting lighter. That's so cool. Alright, so time for the turquoise inlay. This is one of those things that I really don't understand why it's not done more often, because honestly, it's really not that hard. In this particular instance, I had to carve the cracks myself, and that was kind of a pain. But if the cracks are already there anyway and you gotta do something with them, it's kind of like, why not? So, first you need your turquoise. And just like everything else in the world today, you can get it on Amazon. I don't think it's available with Prime, but oh well, what you gonna do? I like to use a mix that's mostly turquoise with a little bit of malachite thrown in just to kind of spice up the color, and I think it makes it look a little more natural in the end. So, the rocks themselves come in a pre-ground consistency, but I'm going to have to crush them just a little bit more to make sure they fit into all the nooks and crannies. Alright, so once you have your rock prepped, it's really as simple as you take some of the turquoise and you add it to the crack. And then you take some super glue and you add it in there too. But it's really important that you use the liquid super glue, because we want it to be able to actually seep in and bond it all together. If you use the gel stuff, it'll just sit on top and that doesn't do us any good. You also want to make sure you don't use the accelerator spray that they have for super glue, because that'll turn the glue white and that doesn't do us any good either. So, let's do it.
By the time I met you, it was 12 past midnight. Told you I'd be the best you never had. You said, are you serious?
so I finished gluing in all the turquoise, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The next step now is to sand it all down nice and flush. However, I'm pretty scared to do this because when I cut the wand to length, I learned that the bleach didn't actually penetrate that much. I would say it may be a 64th of an inch, which leaves me no margin of error. So, should be interesting. Alright, so it looks like by some miracle I managed to not break through the bleach layer. That was stressful. I'm really glad I didn't do that because that would have been such a pain. Let's move on to adding the core, finishing it, and call it done. Alright, so I have this scrap of twisted gold wire from the last wand build, and around it I've just been wrapping one singular strand of horsehair. And hopefully that counts as a valid stand-in for unicorn hair. Because can't really get the real stuff. My phone is ringing, but I don't want to stop. No! I broke it! Alright, so I did some more research, and apparently the wood bleach I used does not play well with finishes containing toluene diisocyanates, which rules out most polyurethanes. So instead I'm going to be using this tried and true linseed oil and beeswax mix. Put it on nice and thin. Alright, so that about does it for this episode. I'm sorry there's another wand again and all that, but hopefully it's different enough to keep you guys entertained. If you were entertained, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the above. Oh, also share, I like that too. And next time you see me, hopefully I'll be down in the Center for Furniture Craftsmanship in Maine making a live edge coffee table. So yay, actual furniture making next time. Thanks for hanging out with Kodama Woodworks. Have a great night, and #Slytherin.